I don't think I had full intentions of recording this piece of artwork, but here I am actually kind of recording it. I've been struggling recently with inspiration to make some artwork, and most of the time I just kind of go with whatever I know, and a lot of that's Halloween, it's food, it's mushrooms and forest stuff, and I'm struggling a little bit, and I'm more or less struggling for some inspiration to just make some artwork. So I think what I'm going to do with this particular piece of artwork is I'm going to lay down Copics. I'm going to lay down a base for Copics, and then I'm going to take care of it with some of my colored pencils. Right now I'm trying to find my scrap sheet of paper that I had from the other day. Well, not really from the other day, but from when I was cleaning my room. Here we go. This will work. The paper that I'm working on is not cardstock. It is regular sketch paper, and it's only durable for, I think it's like a 90 pound, but it doesn't say on here. I think it's 90 pounds. So it doesn't hold up it doesn't hold up the alcohol-based markers that I plan on using. So now I'm just gonna kind of get into it and go for it. I'm just kind of choosing some random colors for the dirt, and I kind of want to, and by random colors is like, I kind of know what they're gonna look like, even though this one is kind of gross and dried out for some reason. I swear, like, half my markers, oh my Lanta, what is going on? Okay, that's not good. I don't know what is going on with some of my markers. What? So I don't know if it's because they are sitting the way they are in its little cabinet, or what's going on. I mean, I do kind of like that. There we go. Got something kind of going for us. Okay. And I'm just kind of, I don't know if you guys can see the actual sketch. It's done in regular pencil, so it might just start kind of like coming alive when I lay color down. I don't know why my E37 is being a pain in the butt. Oh my goodness, what the heck is going on? That is not, I don't think that's the right color. If I go back to the charts, I don't think that's even the right color it's supposed to be giving me. Like, that was more of the color. I don't know what's going on. I'm like, unless I filled it with the wrong one, but I don't think I had that one even on my list of ones that needed to be refilled. That's what's weird. Maybe kind of a, I don't call it like a middle ground, but in a way it kind of is. And I don't know if I've even posted them. I had sketched out a floating island series a few years ago, and I know I've done some of the artwork for them, but I don't know if I've ever posted it to excuse me, there's been something in my throat. I don't know if it's been posted to my, I think I posted it to my social media once or twice. I don't remember. I know I've done the artwork. I've scanned in the artwork, but I don't know if I've gotten past any of that. I'm trying to figure out what the hell I'm even doing, to be completely fair. Because half the time I don't even know what the hell I'm doing. My brain is always running a mile a minute, and it's like I have to do this, this, and this, and then it's like, crap, I forgot to do this, so then I have to go back and do that, and all kinds of other stuff. It's so right now, on the business side of things, my mind's gone crazy. On the creative side of things, everything's at a standstill. I feel like I can't focus on anything. And the artwork, I'm just not feeling it. I mean, other than last night to do this sketch, but I have not been, and I go through those slumps where I probably should film a majority of my videos instead of sketching in my or trying to sketch in my sketchbook. And that's not necessarily the problem. It's trying to find the inspiration to do so, because I'm just bleh. I don't like when I'm like this myself. I don't know why. It might be the cold weather. It might just be me focusing on different areas of my life, and then when I want to do or make some art, it falls flat, and then it's no fun. So basically what I'm doing is I'm laying down my Copic layer first. I probably should have just kind of went light, but if you know me, I don't really think things through. We're gonna go with kind of, ooh, should I go? Yeah. I don't know. Actually, I think I might go with a pale olive, because then I can always darken the leaves a little bit if I needed to. And I'm not trying to make this look kind of like watercolor or anything, or even messy, but at the same time I kind of am. I want some kind of structure to the art piece. That's why there is still pencil lines. I forgot to color this part. yeah, I woke up this morning and it's not that I felt like crap or anything. It was like I slept funny, I think. And I wanted to do this artwork mainly just for me. I wasn't fully intending on recording anything. And so that's kind of how it goes. But I kind of wanted to share with you guys, like, not necessarily bad art or anything. It's more or less that, like, some people get stuck. Oh no, I must have refilled this at some point. Because it's all like, it all drippy dripped. But I want to share that, like, not everybody is going to have, like, inspiration and the ability to, oh no, okay, yeah, that's really bad. Yeah, this art piece will probably end up getting redone at some point. Either that or probably a digital. I might do a digital version of it. I haven't decided. I do like the idea behind it. I like it. Like, but not everybody's gonna have like masterpieces and stuff like that. Or not everybody's gonna feel inspired to make art, and that's okay. Like, shit happens, literally. I struggle with not making art actually quite a bit, like not feeling inspired to do it. And that goes for like traditional art and like digital, because I acquired a lovely iPad for like my birthday gift to myself. And I make art on that, but it's, again, I'm still going through like an open page, like blank page stare, just like, what can I create? What can I do? Okay, it's looking cute. Looking very cute. I kind of want to do like a mustard for this right here. Like, I don't want the flowers to be like super, super bright or anything. Like, I think adult ivory might help. Might actually help with that too. I don't know. I'll figure something out with that mistake. I'll have to go in with my E00. And kind of lighten up this ivory. Because I kind of want them to be like, not necessarily a white. I want them to be an off-white. So maybe I should do the W0. Oops. And this doesn't always like to stay. We might take some like E6000 and try to like glue. Try the E0. Yeah, that seems to work out okay. It's weird because the pencil lines are kind of like smudging and giving it like a grayish look to it. Looking good on camera. And right now I'm just kind of like babbling to myself. That's okay. I definitely wanted to keep this more on the earthy side. Nothing too crazy, I guess. I mean, once I get into the mushrooms, it might not be as earthy. Even though they do exist. The mushrooms themselves do exist. So. So anybody that says that they don't exist can suck it. Okay, and I kind of want to do like, yeah, I did. For these ones back here, I kind of want to do, obviously, that warm gray. I definitely want to do an earthy, a more earthy color. Or, well, not really earthy color. But I want to lay down that base. Oh, I don't know if that's... And then I will go in with a, I want to do E13 for like the little ruffled pieces. In the reference that I was using for like the mushroom style or whatever, I was seeing these like ones that kind of have like a little ruffled bottom to like the little fan part or whatever. I was like, oh, that's cute. It kind of looks like a little skirt. Again, I don't really have much of a plan for these. I don't care. I'm just kind of doing it. Did I put that one back? Thought I did. No, I did not. And I kind of want, I don't want all the leaves to look the same or however, yeah. Or to have the same color, but I definitely want to keep them within the same little family. I made myself an iced coffee this morning because I wanted to try kind of like an experiment in a way. So on Friday I had brewed two little cups of regular coffee, and then I put them in some ice cubes, and then I put it into the refrigerator so that way hopefully it would keep it kind of cold. And I decided to kind of go ahead and use it today, and so far it's not bad. And I had, so when I do my grocery delivery or whatever, or grocery order, and I go and pick it up, they always ask for suggestions, and I couldn't get the suggestions to work or something. I don't know. It's the Walmart app. And they had swapped out a creamer because I couldn't my coffee creamer. They couldn't find it. So they substituted it for some Starbucks, the Starbucks kind. And Starbucks is very expensive. Even their creamer is expensive, and I don't normally choose that as I try to steer clear from it. I like Tim Hortons preferably, and then it's like Tim Hortons, and then it's like Dunkin', and then it's McDonald's, and then it's Starbucks. And I'm probably gonna like end up going to like coffee blasphemy, but that's because I don't want to say I grew up on Starbucks, because that sounds very like rich. But when I was a kid, Starbucks was the thing to get. Like, you knew your parents were rich if they bought you Starbucks every morning. And I only got it on certain occasions. Like my mom, she would buy it if like if it was like finals week or something. She would buy me one of those little Frappuccino glass ones, or she'd buy me a Rockstar energy drink. But I had spent also most of the week just studying and trying to get my grades right and keeping them right, so that way I can go and do the stuff that I want to do with my friends. And so yeah, definitely did not have a whole lot of money growing up. I literally had, I think I used Crayola colored pencils pretty much all the way up until I was in my adulthood, and even then I still use the Crayola colored pencils. They have a certain texture that I like. They're very hard. They have a hard core, like pigment core thing. I don't know how to describe it. Like, if you know, you know. But in comparison to the Prismacolors are obviously higher end, and stuff like that. So I'm not fully used to them. I do like them a lot. And I'm still trying to figure out how to layer with them and stuff, and I'm 31. But yeah, it's everything that comes to art has a slight learning curve, and that's just it's normal. Same with like just working with like graphite. It definitely, it all has a little bit of a learning curve. And I forgot to color in this part of my little mushroom because his stem comes down. I probably should do like the background leaves kind of coming down or something, just to kind of give it some kind of dimension, so that way it's not like, oh, why did that leaf not come fully down? It's weird. So I'll just like kind of color in this area to make it look leafy, I guess. I don't know. Crap. I'll just kind of go like this. kind of use the stem of the mushroom as like a base to, like, as if it's hiding behind. That works. As if it's hiding behind the mushroom, in a way. I don't know. Like I said, I'm winging it. Kind of want to do this, though. I don't know if it's going to look right. It might. It might. I might lighten that up with my E00. Okay, it's not lighting up the way that I wanted it to. That's okay. Like I said, we're experimenting. I'm just kind of winging this. I might use my colored pencils to lighten up. Like I said, this is just kind of like a base for what I'm doing. So not a whole lot of pressure into getting stuff right. I definitely wanted to do this, though. And, like, I've become obsessed with mushrooms. I just love the way they look. And yes, people are probably going to come at me for the comments because they look like wieners or something. If you're a child on here, I'm sorry. I'm just gonna have to deal with my... You're just gonna have to deal with it. And you probably shouldn't be on here if you are a child. If you're a young adult, then enjoy my humor. It's a little dark and twisted. I try to find other ways to say things. Like, without either A, cussing, and that's because the YouTube algorithm does not like cussing. They also don't like to talk about some of the bigger issues, like drugs. And they don't like to address things, which kind of is making, in my brain, when you don't talk about things, they become bigger problems. And when you have bigger problems, then you have even bigger problems. I had actually just watched a documentary, and it's on Netflix. So if you guys want to watch it, you're more than welcome to watch it. And I actually might be able to link it in the box below. I'm not too sure. Oh, wait. But, it's called Heroine, but it's spelled like a hero, like a woman heroine, and it follows the lives of 3 women that are in a they're in the thick of the drug epidemic in West Virginia, and they they interview these women. Like, when I say in the thick of it, like, these people are experiencing record number of overdoses, and it's police officers, it is fire department / squad, it is a community outreach program through, I think, a church, and these people, it also follows a judge too, and the judge is, they have what they call, I think, called drug court or something, and it's very, it's a very real look on what even just regular people without addictions go through when it comes to like saving the lives of complete strangers. And I feel like a lot of that needs to be talked about. It shouldn't be just brushed under the rug because it's important. These are the lives of people that are, they're making these choices, yes, but they're also trying to escape from something that they don't want to deal with. And I think that's what it comes down to when you're doing drugs, is you're doing them to escape. And with any drug, it's the same way, whether it be food, working out, anything that gives you that dopamine, and that you feel like you can't live without, then it becomes an addiction. And, some people have healthier addictions than others. Some have completely went down the rabbit hole and have not come back. But yeah, the documentary is very enlightening. It's powerful. So if you guys do have time to watch it, I think it's only like 30 minutes long. It's really not that long. And they talk about how Narcan is obviously saving the lives of these people, but also it is, they think that the Narcan is also giving them a reason to stay on, to stay hooked on the drugs. And that's, I don't know where I land on that. I don't know where I land on that spectrum, other than if I see somebody and they are in an episode of overdose, I do have the ability to give them Narcan if they need it. And that comes from the fact that I had a cousin that passed away due to heroin and drugs and stuff like that. And I know his mom was dealing with it. I know his mom was trying to handle it as best as she could, but I think a lot of other people were, in my opinion, what felt like sweeping it under the rug. And that is, and I hung out with this cousin all the time. I never personally had done drugs because at the time there was no way I could afford it. I don't know how people get this money to be able to afford something like that, because it's a very expensive habit. I mean, I'm over here and I'm, like, I personally, right now, I couldn't even afford it. Like, hell no. But they make it work somehow. I don't know how. Okay. But yeah, it's like right now I don't want to call it a drug addiction, but my thing is art, and it's like, this is a very expensive hobby. Like, it's kind of one of those, at least I don't do meth, you know, ha ha ha, making light of it. But realistically, like, having all these art supplies and stuff like that, like, it's just as expensive. Like, it's ridiculous. But anyway, I had a cousin that passed away from overdosing. He was in the hospital until his 25th birthday. And then my aunt made the very real decision, because there was no brain activity, that they had to pull his life support cord. And as somebody who is making that decision, it's not an easy one, and I don't hold it against her at all. I would not want my child to be a vegetable for the rest of their life, especially when the doctors are sitting there saying, like, there's just nothing, he's brain dead, like, and it's not even the fact that, like, you're going to take care of him for the rest of your life. It's literally he will not think, he won't respond, he won't do anything. So you have the decision to make for yourself to not let him. And I don't think he was ever in pain after. I think he definitely, I don't think he was ever in pain anymore. And that's what gives me, not necessarily hope or anything like that, but it definitely helped me knowing that, because he was in a lot of pain while he was living, dealing with a lot of issues that he never wanted to talk about with anybody else. He was in a lot of pain then, but I'm glad that he is no longer in pain wherever he's at. Because I don't really have, I mean, I do, but I don't. I do think that there is a higher power, and that there is somebody just not necessarily pulling the strings, but I definitely think that there is something somewhere, whether it's like actually here. I can't say that there is or isn't, because I've never met him, if he is, and that's just how I feel. Like, but spirituality, definitely feel like there is definitely feel like there is something going. There is definitely, I don't want to call it like a higher power per se, but there is definitely more at work than what we think. There's something that makes everything grow, whether you believe in science or whichever. But I know I've kind of gotten to this point where I I don't want to work to live to just die. That's where I've kind of gotten. And that's just because I've had my own situation kind of come up. And I don't want to be another one of those people that is just like, what did I do with my life? I don't want to question what I did or anything like that. I'm taking the chances. I'm doing what I need to do to be happy. And I want to take those adventures. I want to take those pictures. I want to do everything that I can do to live my life. And if that means I have to work all the way up until I'm 85 and sitting at Walmart as the door greeter, then that's what I'm going to freaking do. And I don't care. Because I don't want to live to work to retire and then enjoy it, because then when you look at that, it's kind of sad, because then you don't have the same body that the same body that you had when you had the ability to do those things. And so I'm taking chances now, and I'm doing the things that I want to do now, because I don't want to live a life of regret. And I was talking to a truck driver a few weeks ago, and he had said the same thing. He's like, you don't want to get old like me and then feel like you missed out on everything that you could have done. And that was kind of powerful. And my truck driver was right. You don't want to either A, live your life in fear, and B, live your life in fear. Like, fear of missing out, fear of woulda, coulda, shoulda, or this fear of other people. Go explore, enjoy life, So I have a couple of things, like, I guess you would say, like, on my bucket list to do, even though I'm calling it a fucket list, because I've kind of gotten to the point in my life where it's like, fuck it, I'm gonna do what I'm gonna do. And if it hurts some people's feelings in the process, well, then it hurts their feelings in the process. They're not the ones living my life. They're the ones clouded and jaded and just, they don't want to experience things. And that's their problem, not mine. I'm willing to do anything and everything to get out of my small towns, to enjoy everything. Like, I have one of the biggest trips of my life coming up, and I'm like, just talking about it, thinking about it, I feel like I'm gonna not necessarily puke, but I'm gonna puke with excitement. Like, I'm so excited for this trip. And it's I'm gonna feel empowered. And I've gotten so many people that are like, you're going by yourself? What? That's unheard of, especially in this day and age. Oh, it's heard of. You're just not following the right people. You're following what everybody else wants to do, whether that's to go to college, that's to buy the house, you know, you're following your own timeline, or you're following somebody else's timeline. I'm following my own timeline. I don't need to buy a house right now. I want to, I don't care to buy a house right now. Granted, it is stability and stuff like that, but I mean, what's that going to do for me? Like, other than give me another payment of misery is what I'd like to call it. Because then you're just sitting there and you're crying because you can't do anything. Like, that's not fun. So I've kind of gotten to the point where I'm just like, I'm not going to die in misery. I'm not. I'm going to love my life. I'm going to learn new things. I'm enjoying the way this is turning out. Part of me kind of wants to put like a little bit of yellow at the top of this mushroom in particular. I was kind of looking for a gray color, but I don't think that's going to be possible. So we'll kind of do like a cream color. That looks pretty enough. Yeah. So, but yeah, you guys can kind of see how the layers are kind of coming together. Not necessarily to make it look more realistic, but to give a depth and dimension for, hey, this is the color that I was looking for. Wow. See, like, that's the only thing that kind of irks me, is that the color itself, it says French gray, but what is French gray? So, I was kind of guessing on some of my colors, and like, it's not even the color as what's on the actual outside of this. It's more, the outside of it looks more like a cream color or my coffee color than it does an actual gray. But that's what I was kind of looking for. I should sharpen these pencils. I should probably put some, instead of white, I probably should do like cream right in there. Yeah. I don't know if that's really working as well in these ones because they're not really white. They're like a pinkish color. Perfect. Kind of. Not really, but it's looking good. Excuse my really random outburst of, I don't know what you would want to call it, but like, I do weird vocal stuff. And then I'll go quiet or something. I might do this just in kind of like a real time, just so that way you guys can kind of see everything. I'm kind of debating about whether, I don't want to like speed it up because I want you guys to be able to experience everything. The color decision, which there wasn't really much of a color decision. So what I want to do for this one is something a little, I do have a color chart, and obviously I'm not using it right now. just want to do like a fade. Like an ombre effect. Although I don't even know what I'm really... Okay, this one's a little bit darker, so we'll kind of move him upwards. And kind of like, not really in the shadows or anything, but... Ooh, this one, yes. Hey, look at that. But I definitely want you guys to kind of see what the process is of like, oh crap, I made a mistake, or oh crap, I did this, you know? I want you guys to experience, I want the wholesomeness of this channel. I don't want, oh, I made bad art, I'm just going to just whatever, like I'm just going to throw it away and start over. No, I want you guys to experience everything because that's part of it. You know what? I kind of want to do that cream color for here. I want people to understand that this is real. Like, I don't just slap some paint down and all of a sudden it's a freaking masterpiece. There's processes to everything, and this is the olive green color, which I kind of want to use up here. And I don't want to speed that up and like hide anything, because there's really nothing to hide when you're making art. Like, I know like a lot of people just edit stuff out, and I'm not a big fan of, I mean, like, don't get me wrong, like I'll edit certain things. Like I had that one clip that went, that I had, and it was really, really funny. And so I actually had clipped that and put it into my artwork, or into the video, because I thought it was really entertainingly funny. I don't know how other people felt about that, but I thought it was funny. And it was kind of showing like the goofy side of me. Oh, it looks so pretty. Okay. Yeah. It's adding a little bit more dimension. I kind of want to do... I don't know how I feel about this lime peel. Okay, you know what? We'll do that. We'll do the lime peel. It's like the tips of this guy. Again, I'm kind of winging it because I don't have my prismacolor chart handy right now. I do need to sharpen my pencils. Holy crap. Kind of run them down to the nub. I think I might mix some like yellows in this. But I definitely wanted this to be a little bit light. Like, I wanted it to have that fern look without it having a fern look. Like, without it being too, like, browny, like brown color. I wanted it to have a little bit lighter color. Apple green. Boots with the fern. There we go. But I'm definitely excited for this future trip. I don't know, like, all I know is that I'm excited and I want to. There's a lot of stuff that I want to do, but unfortunately it takes a 2-person reservation for it. So that's where I'm kind of stuck at, where I'm limited, but I don't care. Maybe I should have went with a lighter brown. Yeah. This works. Working. I think I'm fully excited. And I'm not feeling scared or anything. I'm just feeling nervous. Mainly, I'm nervous about making sure I'm gonna make my flights. As far as like timing and stuff. I think that's what I'm more nervous about. And I've been spending a lot of time preparing for this trip, so it's once I'm at the airport and everything, it's going to I'm definitely going to feel a little bit more relaxed and just feels like breathing in a sigh of breathing in fresh air. Like, I know last year I was really excited about going down to Tennessee. I wanted to get a tattoo while I was down there. And what I wanted was a bear, like a little black bear on my like hand somewhere, just to kind of as a reminder. And then for this trip, I want a specific tattoo to commemorate the trip. And I might get them when I get back. I haven't fully decided. Because this trip is actually not going to be all that expensive. I've kind of planned it down. I don't want to call it down to the wire, but I mean, it's exciting. I'm fully excited for it. I don't know how else to explain it. Like, there we go. Yeah, I kind of just use that wherever. Whatever. I don't know what this one is. This is sand, so I think I might use that for my little flowers. Usually I have something playing in the background of whenever I'm just recording, and I don't have anything in the background because I kind of wanted this to be kind of like a hangout, you know? Like, we're just hanging out together. Ooh, and I realized that I'm gonna have more Girl Scout cookies coming. I'm so excited. My friend's daughter had a different flavor from my coworker's daughter, and I've been wanting to get my hands on those ones. So I'm kind of excited about those ones. So if my friend is watching this, I cannot wait for my Girl Scout cookies. Stacy, can't wait. I'm excited. And I'm having the little Girl Scout come and pick I'm gonna have her drop them off. I'm so excited. I can't, I hope she comes in her little outfit. It's gonna be so cute. And then, yeah, I don't know if they're gonna be doing other deliveries, but maybe I could tell her to, make mine, one of the last deliveries. So that way, she can come over and hang out. Is that bad? I should text her and be like, hey, just so you know, you should totally make my delivery your last one. Because I don't think she's ever been to my house. Actually, I don't really have anybody. I don't really have people come over. And I definitely like my sanctuary. I think I get overwhelmed when people are here because I feel like I have to host and everything, and I get kind of thrown out of my element. Plus, I also have a dog, and my dog is very he lacks personal space. And by personal spaces, and he likes to, even when I'm sitting at my desk, he will crawl underneath my desk and he will lay there and I'll just hang out. But he tends to be really obnoxiously in your face if people come over. And so most of the time people don't want to come over because he is so obnoxious. Which then it gives me a reason to leave functions. Because I'm like, no, I can't really stay too long. My dog needs me home. So he's my getaway excuse. for like everything. He's also like my excuse to, if I go out with friends or something, to like stop drinking at a certain time. And they'd be like, oh, you can just come over and crash at our place or something. And I'm like, no, I got a dog. Sorry. I'm okay. I have a dog. Like I said, he's my excuse. But yeah, most of the time he's hanging out underneath my feet. I think right now. And he'll like follow me everywhere as if I'm going to leave him. But like when it comes to if I go on like a vacation or something, he gets boarded at a facility, at a very nice facility. And it's so funny because as soon as he gets boarded, he literally just, they whisk him away. I say bye. They whisk him away, and then he hears the other dogs in the other room and stuff, and they're all playing. And it's like, Mom doesn't matter anymore. And I'm just like all sad and everything because I'm like, my baby dog. So, and I'm not too sure how I feel about going on this trip. I've been told that he's being watched. Like, my boyfriend and his mom are gonna watch him. And right now, I mean, I don't feel a certain type of way. Like, I don't care if they watch him, but I don't know how to explain it. Like, I'm not even getting any really anxiety or anything. It's more or less like I have this weird feeling. And I don't know how to shake it. And it's mainly just like I have this feeling that like he didn't tell his mom that he's going to be like that he had volunteered himself to watch my dog. And that's kind of where I'm at on that. Like, I feel like he didn't say anything to his mom. And then I'm just going to come over there with I'm going to come over there with my dog, and it's going to be like, you didn't tell me nothing. And then I'm going to be like, yeah, what? I don't know. So, I think that's where I don't want to call like the anxiety is living at, but that's kind of where it's at. It's a French gray. Kind of want these like to be all kinds of different, like, not necessarily facets, but like, whenever you have a rock face or something and it has different colors and maybe even like a little bit of a different texture. It's kind of like this to have, but I'm struggling with trying to find the right. Like, I don't think I have a light enough brown. I'm kind of doing like some, what I like to call like cross hatching. hopes that it might help. But I know, like, after this trip, I'm going to be so broke. Hell, I don't want to say so broke. I'm definitely going to have an experience of a lifetime. I'm so excited about it, and I'm hoping I might be able to film some of the trip and either insert it in with some of the videos, or I might just do a whole vlog of taking you guys with me. I think that would be a lot of fun. Granted, I've never vlogged in public before, so that's going to be definitely a whole lot of anxiety. Like, I kind of want to do a little bit lighter color, something that's going to show up on. There we go. That works. Surprisingly, I was having storage issues the last time I recorded something. I don't know what the heck. Which I do need to go and get me a memory card for this, like an SD card, because I do a lot of my filming using just this method, and so I need to make sure I have storage and stuff planned out. That, and I need to get it for my trip. It's gonna be a whirlwind, and I probably will do the vlogging with probably the tablet or something, just so that way. Oh my god, I freaking am adoring this. Okay, last night, I don't think I had this envisioned in my brain. Although I do need to do these leaves. And I don't even know what I'm packing as far as if I'm taking. I know I want to take my sketchbooks with me, or a sketchbook, and then I want to do probably none of my markers, because I don't know what markers I would even take. Part of me kind of wants to do a watercolor. A watercolor set. And then I'm taking my cameras. I have a list of all kinds of stuff that I need to take, and like I'm gonna have literally just one bag for probably clothes and my sketchbooks, just because I don't know if I'll be using that on the plane. And then I'm taking my iPad, my tablet, my cameras. I'm gonna be all geared out for sure. How do I want to do? I'm gonna have all of my gear. I'm pretty freaking stoked. But I think I'm only going to take like maybe 4 outfits, because there is in the B&B there is laundry, like there is a washer and dryer, so I'll probably end up going to like the store the next morning and getting like shampoos and shower stuff and just little travel stuff. And then I'll get like all the little travel stuff. I don't know if I'm gonna take anything with me, like maybe like a hairbrush and like my toothbrush and stuff, but other than that, everything else can be like bought there. Like I'm not opposed to buying all of everything that I need, because I will have a rental vehicle that's available. Okay, not doing too bad. I definitely need to sharpen my pencils though. Like, okay. Question is, do I outline it? Do I not outline it? If I do outline it, should I do... The question is, do I outline it? I like how it looks right now. I like the texture at the edges and stuff. Because if I outline it in ballpoint pen, I don't know how that would look. I mean, I don't think it would even give me really any depth that I need to just show any mistakes that I may have made. Yep, nope, I think I'm going to call it done. But I will take this to 1724. There we go. And it is signed and done.